Maddie Ganga. Has anyone here in school ever attended a sexual education course? Did that course focus on communicating in a relationship? Imagine having a class about how to have a relationship with someone else. Typically in sexual education, you learn about anatomy, sexual preference, and sexual orientation of an individual. Those classes tend not to veer in how to treat your partner, nor do they teach you how to live with your partner. I believe that there should be a required section for formal education curriculums that include how to communicate in adult and romantic relationships. Why not educate our children on how to have happy and healthy relationships? Improving relationship communication skills is a necessary for all aspects of the relationship to go together. By first teaching the youth how to communicate in a relationship, it prevents and avoids problems along the way. Before a relationship can continue to be physical, the parties must be able to communicate. To be able to do so properly, the youth must be educated. As an article from Youth Today puts it, by adding such programming for more traditional offerings of sexual education, schools, youth-focused organizations, and other stakeholders can ensure that adolescents will avoid negative sexual outcomes like pregnancies or STIs. By increasing the comfortability with sexual communication, we also increase the use of contraceptives. And I quote, encouraging sexual communication is also likely to encourage and increase the use of contraceptives, which will also minimize the negative outcomes of unprotected sexual behavior. Parents support sexual communication about contraceptives and abstinence in schools, so keeping a healthy relationship should fit into the pattern that they're looking for. As discussed in NIA Today, in this article, students actually want more education in relationship communications. Studies done by Pi Delta Kappa believe that the education should be more focused on the ways to deal with the emotions in a romantic relationship. When Weisbord, Peterson, and Weinstead did a survey of high school students, they found out, which is shown here in this chart, that people actually do want to communicate and want to learn how to communicate in relationships by dealing with breakups, how to develop a mature relationship, and avoid getting hurt. 70% of those people wanted to know how to develop a mature relationship. 46 of those people wanted more talk about how to deal with breakups, and over 1/3 wanted to discuss how to avoid getting hurt in relationships. By offering relationship education with sex education, it can also help prevent the reports of abusive relationships. Relationship education can include warning signs for abusive behaviors. The YMCA states that 4.5 million women and over 2.2 million men in 2014 have experienced domestic abuse since the age of 16. It's clear that this problem needs to be addressed from many angles, one being education. And I quote, by making students aware of the signs of abusive relationship and giving them the tools to build and nurture a healthy relationship, schools can not only affect students' academic studies, but their overall well-being and their adult life as well. There are many reasons for a relationship education to be offered along with basic sexual education courses. For the reasons that I gave stated, I believe there should be a section for formal education curriculums that include the communication in adult and romantic relationships. So, the next time that you hear of a family member or a sibling starting the notorious sexual education class, don't think about the course load that they're given. Think about the content that they're learning.